Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Today I'm going to be reacting to Rod Wave, Nirvana, and December. Have not heard him before. This video was requested by some of the viewers, so if you want me to do a video that you enjoy, go ahead and put your song recommendation in the comments below. With that said, I'm just going to jump right into the video. You guys know that I'm going to be looking at this with my counselor glasses on. I am a counselor intern, just throwing that out there. With all of that said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video.
It's safe to say I've been this way since I was 18. The same night I fall in love, I feel it fading. Who can you love, who can you trust? Not at your mainstream. Don't want no love, don't got no trust, I feel me changing. Time I think about my high school sweetheart. But times change, people change and grow apart. I felt so hard and fast with D, I wanna start a family. She so resent me, she got pregnant and she felt abandoned. That shit with what's her name was faster than I had planned it. She was away from San Diego, living in Miami. We caught a flight to Puerto Rico, she was sweet as candy. She just ain't know she had my heart before the plane landed.
So far, this video looks like it's going to be about a remembrance of past relationships that he has been in. It sounds like he has gone through a lot of difficult relationships where he did not get the closure that he wanted. It also sounds like he has a very hard time dealing with change or dealing with loss. So when we get into these relationships, we break up, some people are able to handle that breakup really well, while others seem to dwell on that grief. There's also a lot of pain there. He talks about not being able to trust others, feeling like he has been betrayed, which is interesting. So when someone feels that they've been betrayed or experience extreme trauma of some sort, it's very hard for them to be vulnerable in the future, right? We want to put up these walls, we want to protect ourselves from any potential dangers, any potential attacks. What happens is when you find yourself in your next relationship, there may be some blocks emotionally, and they may not be able to develop a strong emotional connection, which in turn ends up causing the relationship to fail.
And by the time I got home, I just wanted to be alone. I met Brianna through Kiara, they were the best of friends. She turned her head and we moved up just like the best. I need your all each and every day. If I can't, then I'll fade. And I don't mean to rush, but I easily fall in love. In my head I know that that ain't right, but I believe in first sight. Yeah, we can fall in love right here tonight, run away and be together for life. No more cold Decembers, lonely cold December, no December.
So did you guys hear that? He basically says he tends to leave relationships at first sight. Maybe there's some issues with staying fully committed or with fidelity. Also finding himself in situations where he's coming in between two friends who are strongly bonded. He says he knows it's not right, but somehow found himself in this situation. Anyway, there's a lot of contradictory statements that really point to someone who has been betrayed, someone who has a difficult time dealing with old traumas. And what happens is they usually end up hurting others unintentionally. He also mentions falling in love pretty quickly, which I also find very interesting. There's an air of codependency when he's talking about going from relationship to relationship.
Lonely cold December, no more Decembers. Lonely cold Decembers, cold Decembers. Lonely cold December, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it seems like that's the end of that song. My key takeaway points for this song is that he ends up falling in love pretty quickly, finds himself in situations that are particularly toxic, not the best situations. He is very closed off and has a hard time feeling vulnerable, has dealt with a lot of past relationship trauma, not really sure too much about that. Also sensing a huge codependency factor there, having a very hard time being alone. Being single is like being lonely, so he's equating those two words. So very interesting. Let's go ahead and move on to the next video.
If you're hearing this, it's too late. I've been writing this since Tuesday. Today Friday, that mean tomorrow's doomsday. Try to fight the pain, it ate me alive. Sad to say I lost the battle against my mind. You should be happy for me, homie, no more suffering. We all got a day, I guess we'll see each other then. I hope that heaven's real and one day we can reunite. And don't be crying for me, I lived a wonderful life. I went on tour and seen the world and met all of my fans. I can't lie, I wish I could do that shit again. Made plenty money, wrote my will, my kids is good. Hopefully they don't grow up so misunderstood. I moved my mama out the hood and bought her a home. Even though me and her husband never got along. Bought all my niggas brand new cars and watched them flex. Wanted niggas to know I loved them before I left.
Okay, so we are going back to some of that mental health issue. Sounds like there's a lot of depression, was depression there. He has a hard time accepting how life is. Even though it sounds like he's in a position where he's finally successful, right? He made it to the top. He was able to help his family and friends out, give them all the lavish things. There's still some factor that is not allowing him to be happy in his life, even though he may have what we all consider, or most people consider, the good life. To me, I would predict that there are some deeper issues that started early on and wasn't really talked about at a young age. So this is something that I bring up a lot, but in the Black community, we have a very hard time accepting that mental health is an issue. And a lot of times Black families do not seek help, especially for like depression, anxiety. And so a lot of young Black children grow up not really understanding what they're going through and how to heal from it. And that carries on into their adulthood, where they struggle even more to understand, and it's harder for them to heal.
Brand new house in Houston, left it to my pops. Take the fam with your nigga, we all we got. And they face the whole time, begging for help for years, ready to die, but scared of death. I tried to pop a couple pills, they just made me sleep. I left the house without my gun, niggas faking they beef. I poured a half a pint of vodka and a 2-liter soda. Stuck as fuck, couldn't move, I thought it was over. False alarm, nigga. I told the world how I was feeling, my worst decision. Since this fame and all these millions, they treat me different. Tired of fake smiles and broken hearts, just fuck the world. Fuck the money, the cars, the jewelry, and the girls. They all treat me like I'm him, I feel so alone. Like I'm just a walking come up without a soul. I hope this ain't how they remember me. Thought accomplishing my dreams were in my misery. I've been this way for a while, lost as a child. Mama.
Okay, so now we're hearing that there were some mental health issues growing up. He also mentions multiple attempts to end his life, something that is one of the major indicators that a attempt is going to be successful. He is definitely in a position, or was in a position, where mental health professionals would definitely be beneficial for him to establish a safety plan, to establish other alternatives to deal with depression. He talks a lot about being misunderstood, not feeling heard. And again, that just brings me back to the culture of mental health, the stigma behind seeking help, especially for males in particular. It's very looked down upon to seek help. It's seen as weak, or like they can't provide for themselves, they can't support themselves, and it's very demasculating. Let's continue with the rest of the video, and then I can give you guys my key final thoughts.
Mama always telling me smile, she's so in the now. Still wishing I had some help. What the fuck make a nigga run off and blast himself?
Okay, so that sounds like that is all for that video. Again, like I said, there's just not enough help in that area, especially in the Black community. And there's a lot of misconceptions about mental health, about depression in particular. I like to say that depression is a medical condition because it can be seen in MRIs and your hormones, the chemical imbalances. It's a real thing. And like he said in the video, it's not a matter of just smile and, brush it off. It's a lot more difficult than that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me your song recommendations down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.